Hey gang, Derrick here, senior trader over at T3 Trading Group. Let's get started with the first one. What do traders do all day? We trade. We sit there and we press buttons, looking at the computer, going buy, sell, hopefully buying low and selling high, or selling high and buying low. That's the goal, right? Some traders, I think they do the opposite, but personally, I'm trying to buy low and sell high. Second thing on here, what do traders do on the weekend? I spend a lot of my weekends punching and kicking people in the face. That's probably atypical. I'm a big martial artist. I used to fight professionally, and most weekends when I'm in New York here, I'm going out to Long Island, I'm going to the gym where I've been training forever, and I go to sparring on Friday, I do some teaching, some sparring on Saturdays. So that's what I do on my weekends. Some crazies who can't take a break from trading, well, they probably spend their weekend trading crypto. Other people do a lot of research. I remember for years when I was a newer trader, I used to spend a significant period of time doing weekly and monthly journals, typically on Sunday mornings. I'd wake up really early and I would review every single trade that I took over the course of an entire week, over the course of a month, and I would do a full analysis of it, and it really helped me to become the trader that I am today. All right, number 3 on here. What do traders trade? Well, if you know any traders, you'll know that they'll probably trade just about anything they can get their hands on. More typically, personally, I'm an equity and ETF trader. That's my focus. Here at T3 Trading Group, we've also got options traders, we've got futures traders. Outside of T3 Trading Group, I know plenty of people who trade FX, I know plenty of people who trade crypto. So those are probably some of the major products that traders are focused on. Number 4 on here, what do traders study in college? Well, here's the dirty secret, it really doesn't matter. College is great. University is great at teaching you a lot of theoretical stuff. Finance or economics in school, I was an economics major personally. They teach you a lot of theoretical things that don't necessarily apply in the real market or the real world. I know for myself, as an economics major, one of my favorite trading concepts is the concept of momentum. The greater the price, the greater the demand, because that pretty much flies in the face of everything that I learned over the course of a 4-year economics degree at NYU. The most important thing about going to college or university, in my opinion, if you do want to become a trader, is that what you study is going to teach you how to think. I personally have not seen a correlation between what somebody studied in school and their success in trading. I've brought people into T3 Trading Group as professional traders of all different types of backgrounds. I've brought in PhDs in math, I've brought in people with master's degrees in financial engineering from Ivy League universities, and I've also brought in guys with bachelor's degrees in different sciences or even things like English or theater. And again, I really haven't seen a big correlation between one degree in one specific field versus something else when it comes to actually trading. How do traders pick stocks? It's a great question. Personally, I kind of have a few things I'm doing. I have a universe of stocks I go back to very regularly. There's probably a world of about 50 stocks or so that I trade all the time. I've got a really good feel for them. I'm constantly paying attention to them. But then outside of that, I'm always focused on what stocks are in play. So every morning as part of my research process, I'm going through the companies that had new news, reported earnings, got an upgrade or downgrade, because those are the type of news catalysts that could put that stock in play, give it higher volume, give it higher volatility, or a higher true range than it typically has. That's how I pick my stocks. Next on here, how do you become a trader? This is where, I guess, to go back to the what do you question, school helps, right? So if you want to become a trader somewhere, it definitely helps to graduate from a good university, and it does help if your field is in something finance, trading, economics related, right? Again, my personal thought process as someone who's been hiring traders for T3 Trading Group for the last 8 years or so, I don't really care too much what you studied, but you gotta have studied something. Hopefully you got a decent GPA. It definitely helps as well to have traded in a personal retail account, so that way you have something you can talk about in your interview process about how you've been focused on learning, how this is what your passion is, and how you're looking to take it to the next level by becoming a professional trader. You have to become licensed professionally. In order to work with T3 Trading Group, which is a FINRA and SIPC registered broker-dealer, you have to pass 2 licensing exams. You have to pass the SIE, Security Industry Essential Examination, and you have to pass the Series 57, which is the Professional Traders Examination. Next, How do traders relax? We all know trading is very mentally taxing. You sit here all day staring at the computer. It can be really stressful. Your brain is making a ton of different decisions all day. Where should the stop loss be? What should my game plan be? What adjustments do I need to make? All this stuff. I think that one of the best ways a trader can relax is by getting a really good workout in. Getting in the gym, getting on that bike, or for me, I'm a big martial artist, I'm a big skier. Those are my passions. They're both very physically demanding. I like to get out there and just wear my body out on those weekends or after work when I'm able to come up with the time. I also think it's really important to not bring your work home with you. It doesn't matter if you had a really good day or a really bad day. You got to stay kind of even keeled. There was a period of time when I used to constantly check what the futures were doing. I'd get home from work, I'd check what the futures are doing. I'd wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning. What are the futures doing? How's it going to impact? It doesn't matter. I can't liquidate any of my positions at 1 a.m. no matter what. So what does it actually matter what the futures are doing? And all you're gonna do is further stress yourself out. Finally on here, how do traders become wealthy? One is by trading well. That's probably the most important thing, right? Again, we gotta buy low and sell high and have a good analysis and a good game plan. If you want a more detailed answer, it's that double-sided part that I'm always talking about. Good discipline on the downside and the ability to have a game plan for reward maximization on the upside. That's how we minimize our losses and we maximize our gains. Trading and being consistently profitable is as simple or as difficult as making more money than you lose. So you have to put yourself in a position where you're actually able to do that with consistency, and then you begin to build wealth. Well, it's not gonna end there. If you wanna become really wealthy, you also need to learn to really compound your gains. I'm a big believer, I tell the traders I work with all the time, if you're doing really well and you're making a lot of money for you in your trading, don't just go out and spend it all like there's no tomorrow. Take that money, reinvest it in yourself, put it back into your trading account, learn to be able to work with more scale. You work with more scale at the same consistency, you're gonna make even more money, and that's what we want. Also, get a good accountant. That's how people really become wealthy in general. The tax game at the end of the year is important. I know that's not my specialty, so you gotta make sure that you have someone that you're working with who can guide you properly. Third one here, do traders? Let's find out. Number one, do traders make a lot of money? Some of them make a lot of money, some of them lose a lot of money. Do traders pay taxes? Well, that's a funny thing that you bring that up because it's what I was just talking about. Of course traders pay taxes. Again, provided that they're doing the first one, they're making a lot of money. Because if you're losing a lot of money, well, guess what? You're probably not paying taxes if you're only losing money. But do traders pay taxes? Absolutely they do. Having a good accountant is really important because they can help you to be able to balance that and minimize the amount of taxes that you're actually paying for yourself. Next, do traders beat the market? We call that alpha, beating the S&P year over year. So this is actually a good one on here. I have never compared myself to the market, ever. I don't care. I don't run a hedge fund. I don't have clients. If you are managing a hedge fund, you have a benchmark. If you don't meet or exceed the benchmark, really exceed it regularly, you're gonna get yourself into some trouble. Your investors are gonna say, hey, why am I investing with you, and take their money out. So I don't really compare myself to a benchmark like the S&P 500 or anything like that, but of course I'm trading to make money. And if it would make more sense for me and it'd be more profitable just to take my money and dollar cost average it into the market, sit in it and just have the return of the S&P over time, then I would do that. And I wouldn't sit here 10 hours a day trying to, make consistent money trading. And next here, do traders work long hours? I think the answer to this actually depends on what part of your career you're in. I think that if especially you are new to trading, you gotta work your butt off. You gotta work really hard. The market is open from 9:30 to 4. Your hours better be more than 9:30 to 4. You better be waking up at least a couple hours before the market opens and doing a couple hours of research every day, and then staying late after the market closes, doing a review of every trade that you took, keeping journals, keeping statistics. It is the only way that you can become successful. I see these trading gurus online all the time on social media, on YouTube, who are always saying like, oh, follow my system and you can work 15 minutes a day and be a bajillionaire. That is such unbelievable nonsense. Take it from me, I've been in this business for a long time now, over a decade. Trading is not easy. And if you think that you can just wake up one day and work for 30 minutes of a day and become a millionaire, you're gonna have another thing coming to you. You might be able to get a little bit lucky right away in the beginning, but you're not going to be able to have longevity in the business. You're not going to be able to be consistently profitable year after year after year for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. It's just not going to happen. I'm still working really hard. I'm still up early doing my research, figuring out what I want to be involved in. I'm also managing a team of traders that I feel responsible to. I do probably do the majority of my trading in the first hour of the day. 9:30 a.m. Eastern to 10:30 a.m. is probably when I'm doing 85% of my trading, and the rest of the day is position management. But it doesn't mean for the rest of the day that I can just go to the beach and mess around. Unless I'm going to the beach with my laptop. Now we're talking about the trader lifestyle, which I'm a big fan of. I hope everybody learned a lot. Keep subscribing to the YouTube. Check out the links in the description so you can learn about becoming a part of my team. I'll see everybody next time.